Hi, it's Wednesday again, so let's get started right away. After last weekend, how you should find a Ghostbuster or a paranormal investigator in your area, I did get some letters from actually Ghostbusters themselves or paranormal investigators, whatever you want to, however you refer to yourself, on what they can do to protect themselves. Seriously, in your group, and you have to have somebody in your group that can see them, talk to them, make the white light, and let them go. I can give you some hints. Smudge your car before you get in it so that nothing can get in the car with you. Put some sea salt in a misting bottle and squirt yourself with the water. And that puts a little bit of a barrier around you where nobody will follow you. It's hard, even for people that do that. I've already had ghosts sit on the roof of the car and go home with people if they wanted to go bad enough, and that leaves your house wide open. So, it's hard. I really don't know what to tell you. Another question about the ghosts. Finding a Ghostbuster, how do you find one? It's going to be really hard to find one that can do everything you do. And I understand that. But again, I'm sure there are people somewhere out there that can do what I do just differently. Referrals. That's your best. I mean, if you've got a friend 2 cities over that had somebody come in and the house has been wonderful since, go there. It's a matter of looking and trying to find, what works for you. Okay, let's do some regular letters. This letter is from Gina in Fremont, California. She works in a dentist's office. And she wanted to know why I sort of target dentist offices for having a lot of earthbound spirits in. Earthbound spirits need human energy to keep going. People, and I'm sorry for any dentists or orthodontists or anybody that's listening in that field, people are scared to death of you. They're sitting in the waiting room, they hear the drill go in the back, they're gripping the seat, and it is like a wonderful place for earthbound spirits to sit and suck up all that energy. So that's one of my biggest clients are actually dentists and people that work in dentist offices. And so that's why I sort of targeted dentists. Gal works there, and she said it was quite a doozy. She felt incredibly tired, sitting in the car and feeling lethargic. She felt like she was zoned out or in a heavy trance. It took her about 30 minutes to start feeling normal again. Well, if she left the office and all that happened in the office, it would probably take her about 30 minutes out of that space, just having her energy return back to normal for herself. So I would suggest that you do the same thing. Squirt yourself with some sea salt water. See if that sort of keeps them away from you. Again, for those who want to try the charm with the quince seed in, it actually works. It probably wouldn't be bad for the Ghostbusters either. That would protect them while they're doing their investigating. It wouldn't necessarily help them when they got home because, again, the ghost could easily follow them home. This one is from a gal in North Carolina. Could things be attached to my land since we know there are mines and mills dating really, really far back? Who is an earthbound spirit going to get energy from hanging out in an old mill or an old mine? No. Just like earthbound spirits do not hang out in cemeteries. Everybody there is dead. Who are they going to get energy from? So no, I do not think that has anything to do with it. Just like in over 60 years of doing this, I have yet to find a house built on an Indian burial ground. In North Carolina, wars were fought down there, the Civil War, everything like that. Somebody could have easily died on the property. That would not be unusual. But that doesn't mean they're just staying on the property. If they're not in your house, they may be in your neighbor's house or a mall close to wherever you live. This one is from Linda in Pennsylvania. She's got a question about funerals, and she wants to know, why does the family of the deceased stand at the foot of the casket? I think it's a matter of convenience. If they're standing at the foot of the casket, people that are coming into view walk right by them. They can give them their greetings, their condolences, walk over to the casket, kneel down, say your prayer, whatever. I think, and that is common in mid-America. I'm not quite sure for exactly what happens on East Coast, West Coast. They do everything different. They could run funerals different too. But normally that's where the family is standing, and it's just, again, a matter of convenience. And she wants to know why you should put a letter or a drawing in the casket with the deceased. That is for children. If a child has just lost a grandparent, it's really, really hard to compete with the parents grieving their parents. And sometimes kids get lost in the shuffle. So my advice was, give your child a brand new coloring book and a box of crayons, an envelope, tell them color a picture for grandma, write a letter to grandma, grandpa. We'll put it in an envelope, seal it. Nobody's going to know what's in there, just you. And it's just, let's face it, it's easier to walk up to a casket and pick up the blanket by the feet and stick it there. It's just easier than watching a kid or somebody walk over to the casket and pick the blanket up when it's wrapped around their waist. And it looks better to do it by the foot of the casket. And there was a funny little thing that came in. Somebody wanted to know if there was a ghost sitting next to me while I do this, because they could see a shadow on my left side. No, that's my husband sitting there, because as 99% of you know, I can't touch the computer. And so if it has to be touched or start or stop, Ted, by sitting right there, can do that. Plus, he can give me a heads up when I'm getting close to the end. Poke your head in, Ted. Say, hey, there you go. That's my live ghost sitting next to me. Talk to you next Wednesday. Have a great week. Bye-bye.